Bread, rice, and potatoes, these are staples in cuisines all over the world, but for many of us over 60, they've become foods to fear. We're often told to eliminate them to manage blood sugar, but telling someone to cut them out completely isn't realistic for the long term. The good news is you don't have to. For older adults, managing blood sugar isn't just about the numbers, it's about having steady energy throughout the day, maintaining a healthy weight, and crucially, preserving muscle strength. Poorly controlled blood sugar can accelerate age-related muscle loss, a condition called sarcopenia, which can impact your mobility and independence. You can enjoy these foods safely if you understand how to prepare and combine them. I'm here to share 7 practical science-backed strategies you can use today to flatten those glucose spikes and improve your body's insulin response, helping you stay strong and active. So let's jump into our first strategy, a simple kitchen hack that feels like a secret weapon against glucose spikes. You won't believe how easy it is. And a quick note, this advice is for educational purposes. Please consult your own doctor before making any significant changes to your diet or medical plan. Let's start with one of the most powerful and least known tools, resistant starch. This strategy feels like a secret kitchen hack, but it's backed by solid science. It involves one simple technique, cooking, then cooling. Here's how it works. When you cook starchy foods, like rice, pasta, or potatoes, the starch becomes easy to digest, which can cause a rapid rise in blood sugar. But when you cool these foods in the refrigerator for several hours, something fascinating happens. Part of that starch crystallizes into a form that resists digestion. This process is called starch retrogradation. Because your digestive enzymes can't easily break it down, this resistant starch travels to your large intestine. There, it becomes food for your gut bacteria, which ferment it and produce beneficial compounds like short-chain fatty acids. These compounds can actually improve your insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. So, you don't have to give up these foods at home. Just cook them, then cool them in the fridge or freezer. You can then reheat them before eating. While the texture might be slightly different, the metabolic benefits are hard to ignore. Studies confirm that eating cooked, cooled, and reheated rice or potatoes leads to a smaller glucose and insulin spike after the meal. But what you eat with your carbs is just as important. Coming up, I'll show you how to dress your carbs to avoid sending your blood sugar soaring. Strategy number 2 is all about food pairing. We rarely eat carbohydrates in isolation, and what you eat with them can dramatically alter your body's glucose response. Think of it as avoiding naked carbs, like a plain slice of bread or a bowl of rice with nothing on it. So, how do you dress your carbs? You pair them with 3 key things: protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Studies show that adding protein to a carbohydrate meal can significantly reduce the blood sugar spike. Healthy fats also help by slowing down how quickly your stomach empties, which blunts the initial glucose surge. This is why beans and rice is a better combination than rice alone, and why potatoes with a bit of butter or olive oil often cause a gentler glucose response than a plain potato. Next, we'll explore a simple pantry staple that can blunt glucose spikes all by itself. You probably have it in your kitchen right now. Our third strategy is another simple trick. Add acid to your meals, like a splash of vinegar or a squeeze of lemon or lime. Acids work by slowing down the rate at which starch is broken down. Vinegar in particular has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity in muscles, and can blunt glucose spikes all on its own. An easy and pleasant way to do this is by using a vinaigrette on a salad. But our next tip requires no special ingredients at all. It's about changing when you eat certain foods, and the results can be astonishing. Strategy number 4 is incredibly powerful. Eat your carbohydrates last. It sounds simple, but food order makes a huge difference. If you start your meal with a bread basket, you're setting yourself up for a sharp glucose peak. But if you eat your vegetables and protein first, and save the carbs for the end, your stomach releases glucose into your system much more slowly. The amazing part is that it's the exact same meal, just eaten in a different order, but it produces a completely different, flatter glucose curve. This is especially useful in restaurants, which often bring bread to the table first. Eat your salad and main course, then have the bread. It's a small behavioral shift with huge metabolic rewards. A recent randomized controlled trial showed that people with type 2 diabetes who ate protein and vegetables before carbs had a nearly 40% lower glucose spike. These hacks are powerful, but the type of carb you start with still matters. Stay tuned to find out why not all potatoes are created equal. Our fifth strategy reminds us that while these hacks are effective, the type of carbohydrate you choose still matters. Think of it like building a fire. Highly processed white flour is like sawdust. It ignites instantly and burns out fast. In your body, that's a huge glucose spike. High fiber, whole carbohydrates on the other hand are like logs. They burn slowly and steadily, giving you a much gentler glucose curve. Let's apply this to the humble potato. The skin is a nutritional powerhouse packed with fiber. That fiber acts as a natural brake, slowing down the digestion of the starch inside. When you combine a skin-on potato with the cooling trick we discussed earlier, you get a double benefit. Even with these strategies, remember that portion size still matters. A sensible portion of a baked potato with the skin on paired with protein and veggies can be a perfectly balanced, blood sugar-friendly meal. But what if I told you that one of the most effective tools for managing blood sugar has nothing to do with food at all? You'll want to hear this. Our sixth strategy is game changer, taking a short walk right after you eat. Studies show that just a 10-15-minute walk immediately after a meal can significantly lower your post-meal glucose levels. This works so well because walking activates your soleus muscles in your calves. The soleus is a metabolic powerhouse that can soak up large amounts of glucose from your bloodstream without needing much insulin. It's made of slow-twitch fibers, meaning it can work for a long time without getting tired. To get the most benefit, the key is to start walking as soon as you can after finishing your meal. Finally, let's talk about a common habit that could be undoing all your hard work. It's all about timing. Our seventh and final tip: don't eat late at night. The later you eat, the worse your glucose response will be. Our insulin sensitivity follows a natural circadian rhythm, and our body simply isn't as good at processing glucose in the evening as it is earlier in the day. Making matters worse, levels of the sleep hormone melatonin rise at night, which can further reduce insulin secretion. Less insulin means more glucose is left circulating in your bloodstream. Aim to eat your last meal of the day, at least 3 hours before you go to bed. I hope these tips are helpful. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.